remember, I'm doing things from the sense of science, science of behavior, science of psychology, science of cultural anthropology. So every sensory thing, which is being drunk or pregnant or serial killer or uh, so many, being in fear, dying, all those things. That I created a pattern that exists because behavior has patterns. One of the most important classes that I took when I was in university was a class called Finding Mathematical Equations in Human Behavior. At the time, I thought this is one of my favorite classes, but what the hell am I ever going to do with a class like this with the information? Well, lo and behold, I ended up having systems to get to feeling drunk, feeling fear, organically, because you really do go there. You really feel the bruise. You really feel like you're a paraplegic. All these things become real senses, organic senses. Your heart beats faster if it's a fear. Your pupils contract. Your hair stands on end. This becomes less trying to duplicate something, which is what you're talking about in the method, Strasberg, but more finding organically through mathematical equations of behavior, how to literally go there. It's really, I did when I was writing the book, like my editor from Penguin Books, wasn't an actor, didn't want to be an actor, never had a thought to be an actor. So I tested all those things on her. Every single, what do you call it? The whatever the recipe was, in terms of like this is 8 steps to get there. There's 4 steps to get. There's 5 steps to get there. The equation of that. I would have her test it out. Did she really feel pregnant? Did she really feel the fear? Did she really feel all this stuff? So whenever she didn't feel it, I'd redo the equation until she did. So it was definitely worked the same way a scientist works out their experiments of trying to find a solution to something to get to those places. So all those things are done through experimentation and applying it towards a human specimen. so they work. So that's you don't need to fuse. There's a lot of people who have only worked with the system because the system includes so much of the other stuff by organically. It's that you don't, and because we're dealing with the sciences are fast, and they're fast. They're concrete, So the idea is we're finding our fluidness of the freedom of art through the science of that are hard and fast of numbers. It's numbers. There's math and everything. I don't think you need to start going into fusing land. I always found that when I was reading most books about acting, that there was a lot of theory, and I didn't know what to do with that theory because I needed something I could tangibly and practically understand, because my head's a math head. I mean, I was one of those kids in math honors, classes when I was a little girl with the tape on my glasses kind of girl. It's like I was one of those. I was a nerd, and the thing is that if I don't understand, theory doesn't make sense to me. But what makes sense to me is numbers. So I created a system that has numbers to it. So that most people could understand practically how to break down a script, how to get to those different kinds of places organically in your body that normally you can't duplicate from the outside. You have to have from the inside, because you can't make your heart beat fast from the outside. You can't make your pupils contract from the outside. You can't make your skin crawl from the outside. So the thing is how to do all that, and created a system that I did have a lot of experimentation with before it became a book and a way to work out.